Hello YouTubers, thank you for stopping by. This video I'd like to show you how I make this main resistor. Here I have resistor in a different stages, and I'd like to talk about each step on a way of building it. So I get this Allen and rod half tiles. They're 6-inch long. There's some more information on it, and then I cut it. I cut some off of it, about inch, depends on what configuration of pulser I use. This one is for 5S 120 volt. This is gonna be the same 5S 120, but this one's gonna be 5S 220, and I will use single stranded wire. Here is a double stranded twisted wire. So the wire I use is nichromium wire. It's a 30 gauge wire, and I twist it, double twisted, and I have a roll here with a double twisted, and this is a single one on the left. And so the next step I do after cutting it, I'll mark it. I'll take a ruler and I place it in here, and I make my marks here. Each quarter inch I'll make a mark, and then after I made the marks I take diamond disc and I use Dremel. I put it in the Dremel and I cut out these marks throughout the marks here. Also I'll make a cuts along the sides here as well. Let me show you. So the next step I do is I make a holes, but before I make a holes I pre-made stands. Here, as you can see, I pre-made a few stands. I use galvanized steel. This one is 0.3 millimeter thick, and it's as wide as a tile, and as you can see the size is probably like 1.5 inches long, along with the leg here. So I pre-made that, then I attach it to the side and I make a marks, and after I made the marks I go ahead and drill it. And for drilling I use glass bit. This one is 4.8 millimeter thick, drills it really well. And so I go ahead and make a holes. Later on this is gonna be a support, and also it's gonna be entry for the wire through here. As you can see, there is a small hole on this side, and that's the hole for the wire. For this I use a different bit. It's also a diamond bit. It's a thin diamond bit. I drill it with that. After I made a hole, I'm gonna put the wire through in just a second. Here I have crimps, and I use this really tiny crimps. So I cut off half of it, and I will attach this wire. Is gonna go through the hole and will attach into half of this, and then my other wire, which is gonna be 18 gauge, like for example here, I will actually cut some of the conductors out, probably like 20% of the conductors, to make it thinner because it won't fit through that. And once I fit the wire through, I'll go ahead and squeeze it, and I'll feed the inside, and I'll start the wrapping the wire around the stile all the way till I get to the end. And when I get to the end, I'll feed the wire through this other hole out, and I'll use the other half of this, and I'll put it over this nichromium wire, and I'll stick my 18 gauge out of it. And once I push it in, I'll twist it and make it tight in here. So after I attach and made the wire, I'll go ahead and install the sides. I'll put, here is actually resistor that have one end already made up, and so as you see here, I have attached with the Flexit 90 glue, and I use put it in the syringes. It's easier to take some out of it anytime I need it. So I squeeze out here some, mix it, and put it underneath and inside of those holes. And these are blind rivets. I'm just gonna simply insert them there and wait for it to dry out. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to dry out, and then I take a cutting disc and I cut out the tips, so the end result looks like this. This is the resistor that is fully made, and it's ready to be used for 5 BBMPulser 5B 120 volt version. So guys, that's how I make these resistors, and they're not expensive to make. This cost, a whole 12 pieces cost like $15, so a piece cost about $1. Also, this resistive wire I got 1,000 feet for like $18 or maybe $20, and these guys are pretty cheap too. And the galvanized steel, I go Home Depot and I get a full plate, a large plate, 4x8, no, probably 2x4, 3x6, anyway, a large plate for like $15 to $18. Alright guys, so if you have any questions how to build these resistors, go ahead and leave your comments below. I do read them and respond, and I wish you good luck building this resistor. It's not expensive, it does take some time, but once it's done correctly, it will last you for a long time, for your lifetime. Subscribe, like, see you in the next one.